Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Welcome back. It is Erev Shabbos, Parshas Vayakheil Pikudie, and this particular Shabbos is also unique in that it is Parshas Chodesh. It is the fourth of the special readings that we make this time of year, and this one focuses on the upcoming month of Nissan, upcoming Rosh Chodesh Nissan. So I'd like to share with you a brief idea that hopefully ties together these various themes. You know, in this week's Parsha, we're told that Moshe Rabbeinu tells the Jewish people about the upcoming construction of the Mishkan, and they go ahead and they gather the materials and they bring it to Moshe. And in that context, the pasuk tells us, "Vayavo ha'anashim al hanashim," that the men came together with the women. The pasuk implies, as the Ramban notes, that the women are the ones who led the charge. The women are the ones who were very quick to give their jewelry, to give their precious items to the construction of the Mishkan. And this is in stark contrast to what happened in last week's Parsha. In last week's Parsha, we know that Aaron was trying to stall. The Jewish people were nervous. They needed some sort of replacement of Moshe, and they're asking Aaron to build this golden calf. And he tells them, Parku nizme hazahav asher ba'aznei neshechem. Bring me your wife's jewelry. Bring me your wife's jewelry. Hoping that the woman wouldn't give. Aaron was right. The women did not give to the golden calf. Unfortunately, the men gave their own jewelry, and the rest is history. But says Pirkei de Rebbe Lazar, that the fact that the women withheld their jewelry from the construction of the golden calf, but were the first in line to give their jewelry when it came to a positive end to the construction of the Mishkan, for that they were given Rosh Chodesh. For that they were given a special connection to the monthly holiday of Rosh Chodesh. Why Rosh Chodesh? What is the special connection of Rosh Chodesh to these heroines, to these special women in the Midbar, in the desert? So if we look at another incident in this week's Parsha, perhaps it will shed light on that. You know, in each of the vessels of the Mishkan, we're not really sure what pieces of gold, what jewelry, was used, or what items of gold were used to make that particular item. But there's one implement where the Torah is very clear of what it was made from, and that is the kior. That is the laver, the copper laver that was used to wash the hands of Aaron and his sons. Now, the hands and feet. Now, if you look at the pasuk there, the Torah tells us that it was made b'maros hatzovos. It was made with the mirrors of the throngs of women who came to Moshe to donate their mirrors for the construction of the Mishkan. And Rashi brings the statement of our sages that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses at the time, was very hesitant. He was very hesitant to take these mirrors because, after all, these are mirrors that are used for sensuality. They're used to entice. Perhaps they don't belong in the Mishkan. Says Hashem to Moshe Rabbeinu, take the mirrors. Those mirrors are the most precious gift of all the gifts in the Mishkan. Why? So our sages tell us, back in Egypt, years earlier, when the situation was very dire, the situation was such that it looked really, really bad. There was, as far as the men were concerned, there was no better future. There was no future at all. In fact, they looked around, it was back-breaking labor, people were being beaten and killed, and their children, whoever was born, their baby boys, were being drowned in the river. And in that kind of world, the men looked around and they despaired. In that kind of world, the men decided that there really is no reason to bring children into such a world. But the women thought differently. And the women took those mirrors and they met their husbands in the fields, and they used the mirrors to entice their husbands, and through that, they built Klal Yisrael. The very fact that you could look at the laver, the very fact that you could look at the kior and see a Jewish face smiling back at you, that was the power, that was the perseverance of the women who believed in a better future. Rosh Chodesh is all about a better future. The word Chadash means new. It's a time, it's a power of hitchadshut. It's a power of renewal. And says the Nesiva Shalom, the month of Nissan is the most powerful renewal of all. As the pasuk says, Rishon hu lechem lechadshe hashana. It's the first for you, for all of the newness of the year, all the newness that's built into each and every Rosh Chodesh Nissan is supercharged. It's the one that has the power of all of those put together. That's the power of Rosh Chodesh Nissan. That is the power of believing in a better future. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a wonderful Shabbos, and I look forward to seeing you soon.